Everybody, it's Josh Denbo, consumer protection attorney. Um, I want to talk about the really, really terrible advice that are given by places like Rocket Mortgage and all those other websites that pretend to be financial experts that people turn to for information and advice. And I want to tell a story about a communication I had with a reporter, quotes reporter, kind of a pathetic situation to call a reporter. But in any event, this guy's name is Eric. I'm not going to give his last name. Don't even know if it's real. In any event, he reaches out to me because he works for Rocket Mortgage and they want to do a piece on deeds in lieu. The TLDR here is this: deeds in lieu never happen. They're disfavored. They not never happen. They do happen sometimes, but they're disfavored for reasons I'll explain. They expose people to tax liability. They are in general a terrible, terrible idea to pursue, except in very limited circumstances. And yet Rocket Mortgage does their internet research and sees people are looking for information about deeds in lieu, so they want to write an article. The article and information they give is terrible advice. It's going to hurt you. Do not get a deed in lieu by reading all these stupid websites that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And pardon my French, but as a consumer protection attorney, I care about people getting hurt by the Epstein class who own all the mortgages. And I think Rocket Mortgage is part of that same class. They're just hurting people. All right, deeds in lieu. A deed in lieu is a transaction in which you do not keep your house. The meta tag on this article was for people searching for ways to keep their house. And then this article is going to come up about ways to keep your house with a deed in lieu. That's not how it works. All right, look. There's 3 documents associated with a foreclosure. It doesn't matter if you're in a judicial, non-judicial, lien theory state, fee theory state. If you want to know what that means, look at another video I've published. It doesn't matter where you are in the country. There's 3 documents that matter. There's the note. That's the debt. The mortgage is not your debt. You don't pay your mortgage, you pay your note. The mortgage is the security instrument that connects the note to the deed. The deed is who owns the property. Your name is on the deed. So when a bank says, I need to foreclose, they're saying, judge or clerk, depending on judicial, non-judicial, I own the note and they haven't paid. They signed a mortgage. Because they're in default and I own the mortgage, I want to change the name on the deed from their name to mine. That's what a foreclosure is. That's what their bank is looking for. That's what they're looking for. They change the name on their deed. A deed in lieu is a deed in lieu of foreclosure. It doesn't mean you avoid foreclosure, as this reporter wanted me to sign off on. It does not mean you avoid foreclosure. It means you give in to a foreclosure by giving your house to the bank. I am experienced and wise enough to know that there are always exceptions to every single rule. So there may be times when a deed in lieu makes sense. But by all things holy, please, please don't rely on internet bullshit. One of the things that you run into a problem with a deed in lieu, this is really, really a big problem, also with the short sale, is if the bank takes a deed in lieu for less than the amount that you owe on the loan, you're giving your property back. Your property is worth $400,000. You have a mortgage loan of $500,000. You want to get out from under, so you give the bank the deed in lieu. Sounds like a great deal, right? It's not. There are ways to avoid this situation, but if you do the deed in lieu and you haven't protected yourself otherwise, you're not getting away from $100,000 in debt. Remember, $500,000 mortgage loan, $400,000 property. You give the property to the bank, you walk away. Oh, that's great. I'm all good. No. Because the forgiveness of debt is income. And the next year, you're going to be hit with a 1099 of forgiven debt. In other words, the IRS is going to come after you for an income of $100,000 that you never received, but you nevertheless owe taxes on. And this idiot over at Rocket Mortgage wants me to sign my name to a letter, to an advice, legal advice on their website about deeds in lieu being a mechanism that you could use to save your house. Insanity. So please, please, don't listen to Rocket Mortgage. Don't listen to any of these free websites that give you research and information. You have to speak to a competent attorney in your jurisdiction. There is no exception. There's no reason to rely on folks who are trying to give you legal advice. And one last thing. The reason that Rocket Mortgage is publishing these articles is not to your benefit. They're not trying to give you, their financial incentive is not to give you accurate legal advice. Their financial incentive is to respond to searches that people are doing to draw them into the website to convince them to buy one or more of their products. That's the reason why Rocket Mortgage and websites like this publish these nonsense articles. You need to talk to someone who knows what they're talking about. Just be careful. Be careful. And that's all I wanted to add right now.